Back when prominent YouTubers were making fun of this series, I won't lie, I originally agreed with them because I thought the series was bland and I thought the series wasn't that good. But back in the back of my mind, something didn't add up in terms of the manga viewers and what they think and the anime viewers. And I thought that maybe the series, as it goes on, will become better and better. And I think my evaluation was right. This previous arc and this episode were just fantastic. The dungeon arc, we got introduced to a character called Mars. His backstory was hard. It was just, oh, just jeez. I really love this backstory. I really do. I don't care if it. Okay. So this is the thing. His backstory is very similar to Zabuza's, but we don't get that many flashbacks of Zabuza's backstory. We don't really get attached to Zabuza the same way we do Mars because of the flashbacks we get. And of course, a lot of people are going to mention that yes, Zabuza did die in the series, and that's what made that arc very good in Naruto. And the thing is, from hints I've seen in this anime, I don't think the anime will fear killing characters later, which is a good thing because if you don't, if a creator doesn't fear his characters dying, then it brings an air of unpredictability, and that's something you want in a series. That's something you have. That's why Hunter x Hunter is very popular, because you don't know who's gonna die next. You don't know whether your favorite character is a-okay. You don't, because next few chapters he might die just like that. I remember I used to be a huge Cheeto fan. Back during the Chimera Ant arc, and just like that, dead. And this is something I want for this series, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, to be honest. But I think there are little hints here and there that indicate that this series isn't afraid of killing people off. We had that one arc where two people died. The Remember the arc? That guy that could manipulate ice and water, mostly, yeah, mostly ice though. He was the main antagonist of a particular arc where he was searching for something, and he went into a village. He had like this misty sort of genjutsu like fog, and Asta and the bulls defeated him, not and it's that sort of thing. And then he decides to kill himself, and also there was this church guy that Magna used to really like, and he ended up dying as well. So this is like one of the hints I'm talking about that I think indicates that this series will be great later on. Will have the air of unpredictability, and it's just something that I think the series is going to have. Now, let's just start this review. First off, Asta wakes up about a week after the dungeon, and at this point of time, at this point, he doesn't know what's going on. After he doesn't know that he's about to get a summons, and he's eating, he's having fun, and then you have Lucky basically saying, "Let's spar," and we realize that he isn't fully healed yet. So that's going to be important later on in the review. And then you have, the freak of just this that freak that oh god, like I know it's his sister. Like, once he said, like, I have 3,214 stories about my sister, and it's just in the blood in his neck. Jeez, no, that's like some West Virginia shit. I won't lie. That's some West Virginia shit right there. And okay, I don't want to get too into this. Okay, the next the second scene in this episode is the reunion between Asta and and it was done pretty well. And again, it illustrated something I really liked about Yuno's character. Yuno's character has an air of intimidation and an air of just hilarity and discipline, which is just mixed in really well, and it makes his character very unique. The silent guy that's very intimidating, very funny, and very disciplined. It's a very weird combination, but it works with Now, this is the thing that caught me off guard. Apparently, Mimosa is in love with Asta. And we kind of knew Noel was kind of in love with Asta too. And it's confirmed at this point for anyone who's denying it that Noel is in love with Asta. And this is the thing, like, this guy, dumb as bricks, He managed to get all the chicks. I'm right here, like, and I'm just having a hard time getting one. Oh God, lucky Asta. Now we the third scene. I'm gonna just call the third scene the Julius Novachrono scene, and it's because okay. So this guy, the Wizard King, appears right in front, waiting for them to introduce them in, and that's like a jeez. First of all, it just shows you how lax this guy is. Not the bad lax. Where I don't care about anything, but like easygoing. This guy is really easygoing. He's willing to lead. The two people that are peasants among like forget about the others. Astan, peasants. Very bad reputation among the strong magic community because fucking prejudice. No, terrible. Okay, so you have that going on. And how should I explain this? We get a lot of information on Julius Novachrono. We already knew that he was this huge he was this huge magic nerd. But we didn't know that he was okay acting the way he does in front of people of a lesser rank or people that he basically controls or sorry, is in command of. I honestly didn't expect him to be that lax, that easygoing with Asta and considering Maho like the Magic King. I expected him to be a bit more uh, just disciplined. Well, not disciplined, a bit more you know. The word escapes me. But in that scene, we also get a good gauge of how much he knows. We know that when it comes to the four-leafed clover grimoire, he knows pretty much everything about it. We even get a name for that little fairy we see, Sealif. Sealif, the wind spirit of the four grand attributes. And I'm guessing there are three more because of the four grand attributes. That means that there is a fire spirit, there's a water spirit, and there's a lightning spirit, I think, or an earth spirit, something like that. So we have an understanding of that going on right now, and we just find out that Novachrono, Julius Novachrono, does not have that much knowledge, or almost no knowledge about Asta and his grimoire. And my theory is that his grimoire is somehow related to the demon that the first Magic King defeated. But it's kind of the only thing we have because we know that there was this thing that was stated that the fifth petal represents a demon or something. So that's what I'm guessing. I know that something sinister lies within this grimoire. It's kind of obvious at this point. But after this, we get Julius Novachrono to lead the group into the decoration ceremony where, nothing could possibly go wrong. We get introduced to a slew of elitist characters, and we also get information on the ranking system of the kingdom, and it goes a bit like this: the Wizard King is at the top. The Grand Magic Knights are the second. This includes Yami, and that includes William. That includes all those guys. Jack the Ripper includes him too. Then you have Senior Magic Knights First Class. Sorry, Senior Magic Knights, Intermediate Magic Knights, and then Junior Magic Knights. Each of those have like first, second, third, fourth, and fifth classes. So that's something important for us to note. Okay, so and I think the reason this whole structure is in place is to show us that there's a organization as to how strong people are and how you could rank them, yada 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 yada. Now, and that it's important. It's not like anyone could beat anyone. There's a set. There's a set. I don't know how to explain this. There is a set rank for everyone, and if you're below that rank, you're weaker than the person above you. It's kind of like Jonin are stronger than Shunin, but with more ranks. Now, we get introduced yet to a slew of. First, we get Leopold Vermilion, who seems, well, yeah, elitist. And that name Leopold, I'm African, so it doesn't really ring any positive bells, if you know what I mean. If you don't, just type Leopold II on Google and just see what comes up. You have Sol Maroon, who seems like the only non-elitist character that was decorated with something she's worthy of. She is an intermediate knight third class, and did I mention that Leopold is an intermediate knight second class? Then you have Solid Silva, an intermediate knight third class. Then you have Nebula Silva, senior magic knight fifth class, the second strongest among the elitists we've seen so far. Hamon Kozias, however you pronounce it, intermediate knight second class. Sharon Tim Tumen, or Toman, whatever, intermediate knight first class. And then the highest ranking is Alecorda Sandler, senior knight second class. And at this point, we have an understanding of who's stronger and who's weaker, yada yada yada. But we don't have. Okay, so next is my favorite part of this, which is the banquet. And everyone's eating, everyone is having fun, and in comes the fuckery, in comes the, what's it called? So, this is the thing about Asta. This is the thing I really like. Everyone's making fun of him for being a peasant, but he's just sitting there, and he's like, yeah, I'll just brush it off. I got used to it at this point. And that's nice. That really is nice to see in a character. It's only when you see other people getting harassed, like Noelle, and that scene when her older brother said, "Get out of here, you failure." That is just the line. You are the failure that killed our mother. Like just that line. Oh, the feels. Ooh. I don't know how to geez, the feels, and seeing Asta, what he did afterwards, and that speech saying that he will gain merit. And this is the thing. Back to Nova Chrono. Nova Chrono, chill guy, down to earth. We all chill. But when that question is dropped on him, and the question of how do I become Wizard King is dropped on him, with a serious face, he drops all the easygoing attitude. With a serious face, he's like, merit. And you're like, geez, like what happened to you? And obviously, this is a hard journey. This is something that not a lot of people are able to do, to gain the status of Wizard King, to be the top of the top, to be the person at the top of the kingdom. That isn't something that's easy. But to see that just like this, that was powerful. Now back to the banquet. That speech that Asta made about gaining merit hit the mark. It was sexy. Just nice speech. Well executed. Just nice speech. And the way it ends. And by the way, this is something I realized. The person that attacked him originally is the Sandler guy. The guy with the highest rank among everyone that was decorated. And I don't think Asta will be able to... Maybe Asta will be able to beat him, but I don't think he would, because he's of higher rank. Well, this is the thing about Asta. We don't know how strong he is, but I guarantee you he is not in his range. And this is what I think is going to happen. Instead of fighting this guy, Sandler, he's going to fight Solid Silva, and he's going to win. Because as of Asta standing, I don't think he is your run-of-the-mill junior level officer. I think he's going to start in the intermediate level, because he defeated a guy that was called... Well, not defeat. he stood his ground against the guy that was called the secret weapon of the Diamond Kingdom, and that's not a title given lightly. A guy that had to butcher his classmates to survive and stay at the top, and then was given enhancements when it comes to magic power via the diamond and the just the mutilated and reattached grimoire. You know, the monster that is Mars. That guy, named after the god of war himself. That guy. Asta was able to stand up against him. So I don't think he's going to be junior level. Most likely he's going to be in the intermediate level, probably like intermediate third class or intermediate second class. Like that's where his range is in my perspective and from what I see. I don't think he's at the first class level. Either that or Sandler is not first class. Those are the only two ways I see. Sorry, either that or Sandler isn't senior class. That is just what I'm seeing right now. And if you like the review, please leave a like. And if you'd like, just there's a subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos of me reviewing Black Clover or Boruto or One Piece or Naruto. Just feel free to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, this is Anime Gypsy, and I'm out. See you guys later. Bye.